Hi everyone, Kim here. I have now another book that I've made for one of my lovely nieces for Christmas, which I will be posting on, although I'm filming it pre-Christmas, I will be posting it on YouTube after Christmas. Now this one I have made for Emily, and Emily lives on a farm, so she's surrounded by wildlife, so I loved the idea of doing a stag's head. And the lovely lush green that represents the fields, really. This has been appliqued on. It just a picture I found, and I just cut out bits of fabric and basically made the image. Corner protectors, the beads on the spine, and some fabric butterflies that I've stuck on. And there you go. That's the top view of it, and a lovely pink bow to tie it. So let's have the show and tell, or the flip through. Here we go. So first page, I've got a pocket, and I've put the note from the bookmaker in a separate envelope on that one. I've done that because I didn't want it to get lost. I wanted Emily to find it fairly early on in the opening the gift process. So this is just some vinyl material, and one of my papers that I boiled up with the plants, and you can still see some of the plant debris there. There's the doll. There's a little doll that all of the nieces seem to have ended up with, and a little dangly, but this one's a sheep because they're on a sheep farm, so I hope that's clear. Interesting papers, a little bit of sewing around the edge, and a dangly there. This is an envelope. Oh no, it's not, it's a pocket tuck thing that I've made. Yeah, so that's got lots of places for putting pretty things or little things. And that's just stuck in there. And that's a reindeer as well, which is rather nice. A little bit Christmassy, I suppose. Am I going to get that back on? Yes. Nice picture that I found. Quite wintry looking. And the sheep. That view is very typical of the type of view that she has, so it looks so lovely. A bit of gesso just to give the paper some interest, and that's an image of a dog that is just like hers or her mum's. More paper, the hair. Okay, so I tucked this in the envelope because I found it amusing. I may look calm, but in my head I've pecked you 3 times. Now, Emily's mum, my sister, she has a family nickname of Hen. So, yeah, you've guessed it. There we go, a few pages. That's just literally just bits of scrap fabric stuck on a piece of paper, and with PVA glue and a dangly, and that's a notepad. Some of these papers I've dyed just using acrylic paint, watered down into a spray, and sprayed it on the paper and let it dry, and it's just given it this, made it a bit more interesting. Stuck on some embellishments there, and that's laminated leaves from a bougainvillea plant that I've got growing. Not outside, I might add. Some of my Alice in Wonderland digital prints, and there's the butterfly. They all end up with a butterfly. Now Emily, I think, well, she wasn't literally brought up on fabs, but it was her go-to. I mean, she just needed to have a fab or 6 every day. Absolutely loved them. So when I found this picture, this is definitely the book. It had to go in. I loved it. And this also reminded me of her because she looked beautiful when she went to her school prom. And although her dress wasn't actually like this one, she looked like a supermodel. So I put a supermodel picture for her. A little bit of vellum picture, tucky things. Oh, that's a tiny miniature little book that actually does, you have got the individual pages in there. Now this is one that I had off of the Natasha at Treasure Books, one of her ideas, because I do follow her avidly, and yeah, I watch just about everything she does, so she gives me all the great ideas. A little pull out pocket, something profound by Albert Einstein. I've just put some, this is some sort of knitting yarn that I found in a charity shop, and it just gives that a little bit of texture. Tuck some envelopes. Little envelope there. Let's put things in if she wants to. Oh, this one. Okay, so this is her dog. I thought that was really funny, so I hope she does. And the dog looks just like that. With little eyes looking at you. Her birthday's in February, so I took this from a calendar that I had and made it into an envelope. They are not sheep. It's quite amusing. Some stamps that I have. It's just some inspiration. Currently I am feeling, reading, working on, liking, unhappy with, all sorts of things like that. And some tags. I like this one because it kind of like opens up and then opens up again, so it's not just like turning one page and just moving on to the next. You've got this little bit of added interest, which is quite fun, that she can embellish. And oh, and there's one there as well. Oh, one there. They're all hiding away there. So I couldn't resist this. This image, I took this from somebody. I watched somebody or saw something on Pinterest. I can't imagine living without, and I just thought I'd start her off and put Auntie Kim. Yeah, she's gonna love me. A bit of gesso over stencil, lace, flying pig. That's a stamp. A little tuck that I made with some Alice in Wonderland digital stuff that I bought from an Etsy store. That's a nice picture. Interesting papers. So one of the other things I've acquired recently is an embosser. It's only a small one, but that's just such a nice effect. So I don't know what she'll do with them. And that's some of my paper that I boiled up in a pan with the flowers and leaves in between. It's quite interesting. I will have another go, but I'll wait till the summer, I think, until it can dry in the sun. And that was just some ordinary printing paper that I stuck bits of thread on. PVA with glitter in it. Glitter glue or something. Yeah. I like this. This is first issue. This is the first issue postcard. And somebody, I picked them up in a charity shop, a whole bunch of them. And somebody has actually put the stamp of the postcard. So they're quite interesting. Embellished playing card. Just put some paper on the back. And there we go. There's some flips and tucks and things going on here. A little envelope I made. I think I put a reindeer in there for her for Christmas. Pop that one back in there. I like to hide a few bits and pieces away because it makes it fun looking. Well, hopefully she'll enjoy it all anyway. So that's the whole idea of these books, I think, is just to make them fun to look through and to make you want to look at what's coming next. So Yeah, so there you go, and I've enjoyed thoroughly making this and all the other books that I've made, and I have no intention of stopping because it is a bit of an obsession. So I'll just have to carry on and see who else I can give them to, or maybe I'll sell a few. Thanks for looking.